Hey everybody, how's it going? Episode 45 off the clock. It's Sunday afternoon, and I wanted to revisit some sovereign citizens with you before we saw how they interact with police in the world. But sometimes what's even more funny is when they interact with judges in court, because it's just I've seen this happen in court, and it's wild. So we're gonna watch this video. I haven't watched the whole thing. I brought it up to the point where the judge is going to ask this guy whether or not he understands that he's being charged with just a driving on a suspended license, which is not the most serious crime in the world, but it sounded like he has been charged. This is his third offense. So I don't know what state this is in. We'll have to see this, but let me bring this up, and then we will chat, and I will respond to this video. So let's see. Okay, I've got the audio working this time, so this should work. So let's listen in and listen to the sovereign citizen who's being read his rights by the judge. So this is an arraignment. So this is where you actually have to appear in court, and they read what the charge is and advise you of your rights. And for the first few minutes of this, this judge is reading all the rights that the guy has. So we're 5 minutes in at this point. He's reading him all of his rights, and now he's going to ask him if he understands what he's being charged with. So here we go.
The alleged occurred in Mason County, Washington, on or about the 17th of August, 2019. This charge is a misdemeanor and is punishable by 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. Were you present when I went through the rights?
Yes, I was, sir.
Did you have any question about those rights?
Kind of, yes. Corpus delicti in this case is kind of...
So you can tell when he asks the question, like when he's like, corpus delicti. There's no need for anything this guy's gonna say other than, do you understand what your rights are? And all you have to do is plead not guilty, and then you can come and you can make all your motions that you want after that. But the words corpus delicti should never even be brought up at an arraignment. The only thing that happens is they should read the rights to you so you know what you're charged with, and then you plead not guilty, and then you get a court date to come back, and that's it. That's all that should happen in an arraignment. So the words corpus delicti should never be said. Corpus delicti is like the body of the crime, and like it's Latin, and it's no one talks like that, and it's just, it makes no sense to even bring it up. But let's see as we go here.
It's kind of funky, being the state of Washington.
Funky.
Seems to be me.
You can't say funky.
In a sense, I can't. Me to be
So the corpus delicti in this case is kind of funky, and apparently the state of Washington is charging him with a driving on a suspended license, and to him that's funky because I think he said that it's a fictitious place. So let's listen to that.
Case is kind of funky, being the state of Washington. Seems to be me to be a fictitious plaintiff. In a sense, I can't subpoena a plaintiff that doesn't exist as a person.
Okay, we're going to talk about a couple things first, because
this judge is he's not had it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, as you can see down here, and this judge is not going to have any of this bullshit. So he's going to talk about a couple things right now, so we're going to listen to this.
what you're saying is gibberish. It's gibberish. You don't even know what corpus delicti is.
Corpus delicti produce the victim.
No?
No.
That's not what it means.
So.
Definitions here.
We're not here to argue with you, Mr. Smith. So, before I get to the next part of this arraignment, we're not going to complete the arraignment today for a reason I'm going to get to in a minute. But is there anything else you wanted to bring up? Because
I just want to be able to have the victim present, since it's a criminal matter, correct?
Here's the situation. I'm gathering that sounds to me like you might be kind of dabbling in the sovereign citizen stuff. Sure sounds like it.
Sounds.
Here's how it works. Pay close attention.
Okay, I've not watched this video, but normally some of these judges have a little bit of patience for these idiots when they come to court, but this judge, I can already feel when I'm watching him. I can tell that there's no bullshit in his courtroom whatsoever. It just like there's not a lot of people moving around, and it's very quiet. And so I can tell this guy is not putting up with anything. So let's see what he's going to talk to with this guy about, because he's already said you're dabbling in the sovereign citizen gibberish. So let's see what he says.
Simply because the fact there's no, quote, identifiable victim doesn't mean that behavior is not a crime. The state has made...
So this guy, the defendant, wants the state of Washington to have to appear in court for him to be able to be charged with a crime. Just think about like how stupid that sounds. Like it's just how, if you're not drunk or on any kind of illegal substances, how would you even have the balls to say that in court in front of a judge that you would want? He said that the state of Washington itself is a fictitious plaintiff, and that he wants them to be able to appear in court so he can subpoena them. So this is wild, and this is crazy. I wish I was these people in court, because I would have loved to watch this. I love this, and I guess this is the prosecutor sitting next to him, and we'll see what happens.
As the state legislature has chosen to, which it has authority to do under the Washington State Constitution, to make driving offenses, including licensing offenses. There is no victim that need be present. The only person that ever need to be present in court is any witnesses who claim they have evidence towards whether or not you committed the crime or not. The presumption is you do not commit this crime.
Yeah.
And we're not going to have an argument about it.
No.
That's just the way it is. So at this point, my question to you was, sir, do you have any questions about the rights that I just went through? That should be either yes or no. Do you have any questions about the rights I just put on the record?
Just the corpus delicti.
That's not one of the rights I put on the record.
Okay.
We're going to try it again. Do you have any question about any rights that I went through today?
Is it constitutional?
Sir,
What?
you should answer the question. If you
that-
fail to answer the question, you may be sanctioned.
You'll be held in contempt.
Oh, is it I think the prosecutors just told him like, "Hey, you should answer the question, fam," because it seems like he understands that this judge has been tried with this before. Don't ever pull this BS on a judge that looks as old as this guy does. Like, try it on a really young one that has like no experience with dealing with these idiots, because then they'll be like, what, and think it's kind of cute, and then you may be able to like have a little bit of fun with them. But on a dude that looks this old, like this judge looks like he's super old, and he's like, I want to go home, and I want to put my slippers on and have a Werther's original. I just want to like relax with my wife. I don't want to deal with some sovereign citizen idiot in my courtroom. So this is the prosecutor is helping him out here. He's like, you should just answer the question, dude, because you're gonna get saved. So let's see where this goes.
Contempt if you don't answer my question.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any question or any questions.
Okay. Good answer.
Did you understand your rights?
Yeah, I do understand.
Don't address
Okay.
courts as yes. Yes, no, yes, Your Honor, no,
Yes,
Your Honor.
Your Honor. I understand my rights.
Okay? Then you can turn the phone off because you're not a lawyer.
I requested permission.
I know that. What else do you need to address today that you need research for?
I don't need research for.
Then turn the phone off. Now.
I-
Turn the phone off now or you're going to go into jail for contempt of court.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it up and show the clerk. Okay? This is what we are going to do today. The court is going to reset this arraignment for 1 week from today at 1:30. You will need to be here. The reason for that is because the trooper, in his infinite wisdom, Only wrote in his probable cause affidavit, stop for no license plate, no trip permit. That doesn't tell me anything, and I can't make a finding. That there's probable cause for this charge to go forward. So the only authority I have in this case at this time is to require that you come back to court on a later date.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you need to address today?
I have nothing else I need to address today. I'm sorry for asking the question, that question. I didn't mean to offend you.
Not offending me, but I'd suggest either you learn a lot of law real quick, or you have to see about being represented.
I just had the issue in Thurston.
You just have an issue in Thurston?
I had an issue in Thurston too that had to do with the same issue. Around the same issue, yes.
Well, one thing I don't do here is I'm going to listen to any legal argument that's a valid legal argument. That doesn't mean whether I agree with it or not, but whether it's well-founded. Corpus electi, for your information, involves a requirement that before a defendant's confession, you can shut your book, I'm telling you what it is, and I've been practicing law for 37 years.
Yeah. So this is over essentially. So the judge is actually kind of doing this guy he's following the law, and he's saying that I guess in the state of Washington, there's a judge in a misdemeanor offense can make some sort of probable cause finding at an arraignment. I don't know how that works, but because at an arraignment, normally the only issue is whether or not the defendant understands his rights and acknowledges that he has certain rights, and that he's being told what the charge is and the maximum possible penalties. But this judge is actually saying, well, I don't know if there's probable cause. Doesn't mean that this trooper or can't charge him with this offense again. But the judge is like saying, okay, I'll listen to any argument that has any kind of merit, but the sovereign citizen nonsense is not anything I'm going to listen to. So hopefully, I don't know, there's a little bit more in this video, but like this guy is going to talk his way into jail, because this video is long, so it's like 20 minutes, so I can only imagine that he's going to talk his way into jail.
And corpus delicti is a requirement that before, in the state of Washington, a person's confession to a crime can be admitted. There has to be some independent evidence that the crime charge actually occurred. So you don't get convicted based on confession alone. That's what it means in the state of Washington. It's a minority rule, quite frankly. Many states don't have that kind of a rule. So I'm not going to hear argument from you about corpus delicti or produce a victim on a driving license, spend a third, and you're on notice. I'm already ruling we don't need to have a, quote, victim.
Yeah.
Come forward.
Can you sign above the judge's signature then? Is showing a new hearing?
Oh, God.
I might be penalized if I don't sign.
Oh,
You're
no.
in jail if you don't.
All right.
Does that sound like a penalty? Don't challenge the authority of the court.
All he's signing is that he's getting a new court date. I think that's all he's signing. I mean, the clerk is like, just please sign it, man. I want to go home. Like, please.
Let me see it.
Oh, God. What is he doing? Just sign the thing. Oh, no.
Print the order.
Oh. What did he sign it as? Oh, God.
If you sign the order, you'll put nothing else on it. The record itself will reflect
Okay.
that you feel like you're under duress.
Oh,
Sign
God.
it. Just your name, nothing else.
I can't. That's.
Just sign the order. You're ordered to do so. If you don't, it's contempt of court.
Well,
The
yeah.
record already reflects you feel like you're under duress. You're not under duress, but you are under court order to sign the order.
Well, yeah, the judge is making a record. So he's actually helping this guy here, because what he did is he said, the record will reflect that you believe that you're under duress. Now if the guy chooses to sign it and there's any sort of legal ramifications from this, there's a record of it. So there's nothing wrong with what this judge is doing here. The guy, all he has to do is just sign the order. And if he believes he's not, I mean, he's signing an order to get a court date to come back. He's not acknowledging anything. He's not waiving any defenses. He's getting a notice of an arraignment. That's all he's getting. And this guy wants to pull this other bullshit and say that he's under duress. It's just like, come on, man. Like you got out he had this tiff with the judge because he brought up corpus delicti at an arraignment, which is just like, come on. And then the judge is like, I think we understand ourselves here that this is stupid and I'm not going to deal with this. And the guy's like, okay, I'm sorry. And then he's like, sign for your notice of your court date. And the guy comes up and I'm going to sign it under duress. Like, Jesus. God. Oh no.
Have a seat.
Oh no.
You're in contempt of court.
Oh God.
Maximum penalty for contempt of court is 30 days in jail and a
$30
$500 fine.
In Michigan, it's 93
Give you an
days.
Opportunity to purge yourself of that contempt. I told you, purge means to make the contempt go away. I told you simply to sign your name. All you're doing by signing this is acknowledging you know when your next court date is.
Yeah.
Now, your choice is you can either sign this as I told you, of just your name, or you can be taken into custody.
Okay, so the judge says, I'm making a finding that you're in contempt of court. But he's saying, I'm going to let you purge your contempt, which means you can get rid of your contempt. By all you have to do is sign this piece of paper that says you understand when you have to come back to court. And like, all the guy has to do is do it. I mean, to think that he puts himself above everyone else in that court, this defendant thinks that he has more rights than anybody else in the court, just completely baffles me. And I don't know, I don't want to say these people are mentally ill, but there's something going on. Right? To think that you could just, there's some sort of get out of jail free card that like you can just show up in court and it's like, I'm not gonna sign it. And then like the judge is like, damn it. And then they just rip it up and throw it away, and then you're like, all right, see ya, dude. And that's it. Like, it's just wild to me. It's just absolutely wild. So let's see what happens.
You prefer. Get an officer.
Oh.
With my rights reserved. Then.
Signing this doesn't take away.
It doesn't take away any rights.
Signing this does not take anything away from you, sir, as far as your rights.
Why do I have to sign it then?
Sir,
To know that you're going to show up.
Because it gives you notice when your next court date is.
It only acknowledges that you received a copy of that order.
The prosecutor's like, please, I have 47 other cases. Could you just sign this? Oh my God.
Court dated in open court. That's all it does.
So I'm not going to play games in this regard, which don't interrupt me.
Oof.
You're going to either sign that order without saying under duress, or you're going to simply show it's been served and you're going to be held in contempt for 30 days and maybe a $500 fine. I would prefer you just sign the order.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away any of your rights. It doesn't take away any option you have to make any legal arguments that you have. And if they're valid arguments, and again, I want to be clear what I mean by valid argument. It doesn't mean an argument where I agree with you, but means an argument that has some basis in law and fact. You're going to be allowed to put those arguments forth. However, at the same time, you're not going to disrespect this court, and you've been told specifically to sign the order.
I'm not trying to disrespect the court.
Yes, you are, and don't argue with me.
How so?
You can either sign the order,
How so?
or you can be taken into contempt.
Man.
How so?
Sir,
I'm not arguing with you. You either sign the order, or you're going to go into contempt.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer? You sign the order without any editorial comment, just your name, nothing else.
So this is not a battle you're going to win.
The prosecutor's just like, listen, he's trying to help the guy. I mean, like, that's all he's got to do. I just don't understand. There's no reason for any of this. Number one, it's not going to work. Number two, there's just no reason for it. And third, everyone else in the courtroom's just like, we got shit to do. Like, can you just call our case and put this guy in jail already? Like, come on, this is nuts.
Right? I'm signing
No, it's
something.
not a contract, it's merely an acknowledgement that
Oh,
you
man.
received a copy of the document. Period, that's
All
it.
you're doing is
I
acknowledging.
think he
when you
said
have to
he
come
said
back
it's
to
a
court.
contract.
And
He's
it
signing
says
a
that on the paper,
contract.
so
But
God.
to start signing things under duress and everything else shows disrespect to the court. I'm not going to allow it. So your choice is you either play by those rules or you're going to go to
This
jail.
judge doesn't want to put this guy in jail.
UCC 1308.
no,
Oh,
Okay,
man.
here's how it works.
Now he's just
Really?
citing some nonsense, some UCC code, so Uniform Commercial Code. Oh, man. It just gets me going. Like, so nothing, it has nothing to do with criminal law, absolutely, 100% whatsoever. But these sovereign citizens, they get together and then like talk, and then like, I don't know what they think, that they're just making up this bullshit that just doesn't work. I don't know how it started. I want to know how it started so badly, because it's just complete bullshit nonsense. It's so nuts. So I couldn't hear it because I was talking. So I want to hear him say, I think he's going to quote some sort of Uniform Commercial Code. What has to do with like a sale of goods and like bills of lading and like how you transmit title to certain pieces of property, like when you sell things commercially. That's all you really have to know, and it has nothing to do with the driving on a suspended license case. So let's see what he has to say here.
UCC 1308.
no.
Oh man,
Here's how it works.
the prosecutor's like, no. Here's how it works. The judge is going to tell us. This judge has so much more patience than anybody. I didn't think you'd have this much patience. We're 5 minutes into this back and forth. Just throw his ass in jail. It's nuts.
You really should talk to a lawyer because your knowledge of the law is, put up very mildly, extremely lacking. But I don't care. You said I don't need to convince you, and I also know that you're not interested in being convinced.
Right.
Are you going to sign it with just your name, or do you want to go to jail?
There you
That's
go.
the choice you have. You have about 10 seconds to decide.
Can I sign it on recording under my name?
What?
You've
You
already,
can sign your name. This proceeding is being recorded, both video and audio.
and you could request a copy of the recording by going upstairs to the clerk's office and filling out the form requesting a copy of this hearing. You may be charged for the duplication process.
So my question to you is, and you better answer for your sake, yes, right now. Are you going to sign the order, just simply signing your name, or are you going to go to jail?
I'm going to, I guess, yeah, if that's what you're, yeah, if that's what you're coercing me to do, then yeah, I have to.
Sir,
Okay.
just sign it.
In a way, it is coercion because there's a consequence if you don't follow my orders.
I'm gonna sign the order, then
You're going to sign your name and nothing else. Anything else, you're going to jail.
Okay, here we go. This is the third time he's going to try and sign this notice to just get another court date. That's it. He's not pleading guilty.
CDs here.
You can
You can deal
inquire
with
at
that
the
up in the
clerk's
clerk's
office.
office. Let me see the order.
Oh God, what is he doing? Just do it. Just sign your name. Just sign John Idiot. Just
The defendant has signed the order with just his name. He's purged himself of the contempt.
oh, thank God.
So we do not need to have anybody come over.
What?
I'm not issuing any pretrial release conditions because there's no probable cause. The only authority that I have in this case is require you to come back, and I won't have any authority to do anything else if at that hearing probable cause is not found. If there's no probable cause, then this case is first appearance today, but the court does not have any authority over you besides tell you to come back, other than conduct inside the court.
Yeah.
So you're free to leave unless you have something else you want to raise.
Oh, please don't.
No real other issue.
Okay.
Sir, you better just leave, because if you don't leave, you're going to become a guest of the Mason County
Well,
Jail.
I was just doing it.
Sir,
I was just
sir.
Let him-
communicating with
Counselors,
him
don't let him.
directly, sir. I'm just communicating with him directly as a conversation. Calm
This-
down.
We don't have conversations in the
Okay, what do you want to say?
I apologize. I didn't mean
Oh, God.
to buy it. I do research, and I'm not trying to waste your time, really. I just don't want mine as well. I work, I build houses. I got things to do.
Well,
Oh,
my
man.
suggestion to you would be that you should probably spend some time having a brief consultation or a longer consultation with a lawyer.
Yeah.
Someone that knows the rules and knows how the courts work.
and will know to not let you talk whatsoever when you come back to court, dude. Like, zero chance. If this is my client, like when I was doing assigned cases for indigent defendants that couldn't afford a lawyer, this is one of those people I would be like, for the love of God, please don't say anything in there. Just let me talk. I will tell you exactly what you need to say. Say nothing else other than that, and we will get you through this without any problems whatsoever. But if you open your mouth and continue to talk, you're going to destroy any chance that I can do to help you. And like I've said that to people. I'm just like, please don't say anything. Just let me help you. And like, as soon as someone says like, I do legal research, oh my God, no, you don't. You taking a shit like on the toilet, reading a Google search that you had from some of these wackadoo people is not legal research. So whoever it is you learned this from, talk to them and tell them, yeah, man, I almost went to jail. What? This is tyranny. That's tyranny. Can't go to jail. God, man, it's wild, this stuff.
Work and what the law is.
This guy builds houses, by the way. So this guy built someone's house in the state of Washington. Like, I wouldn't want to live in it. Once I heard him talk in court, there's no way I would want to live. I was like, oh my God, that's the guy that built my house. Honey, we got to sell it. We got to sell the house. Like, crazy asshole. It's saying that corpus delicti or an arraignment? Wild. Okay. Take your book.
Sit down.
Oh, man. Oh, no. He just said wasting his time. He wasted everyone's time for the past 18 minutes of this video. He's wasted everybody's time. And then his dumbass has the balls to tell this judge that he was wasting his time. Nuts. Absolutely insane.
It's pretty much a waste of my time.
Wow.
Sit down. I purged the one contempt,
Yeah.
but I don't need the editorial comment here.
I understand.
Don't
Stop
unless I
talking.
Say, answer a question, don't say a word. I don't need any editorial comment on your part that this is a waste of your time. I don't care if you can believe it. And outside this court, you can say anything you want. You can tell everybody I'm the devil. I don't care. You have the right to speak. Don't say a word.
Stop talking. Jesus.
Inside this court, you're going to show respect for the court. That means when you're directed to do something in the court, you're going to do it. And right now, what you're going to be directed to do is you may do one of two things. If you want to sit and watch the court proceedings for some reason, I can't imagine you would, then the situation may do so, but don't disrupt the court proceedings. Secondly, if you choose to leave, you may do so as well. But you will not utter a word until you're outside this building, and outside this room, then you can say anything you want. If you violate that, it'll be contempt of court. And because it's occurring in the courtroom, I have the right to impose summary contempt.
Yeah.
So those are your options.
All right.
Either one is fine.
What would be your choice of those two options? Would it be close my mouth and not say anything else, or say something else and go to jail? I would pick closing my mouth. That's what I would. That's what I would pick. I don't know. Does that make me a sheep? Am I a sheep because I read the writing on the wall that I'm going to end up going to jail? I don't know, but I don't want to be in jail. So,
but if you start giving the court editorial comment about being duressed or being a waste of your time or whatever, we're going to have a conversation about contempt. People will respect this court whether they want to or not. You're free to leave.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
don't say anything else, for the love of God.
Okay, Heidi Albright.
Oh no, Heidi Albright has to follow that? No! Heidi Albright is sitting in the courtroom after this nut job leaves, and she's like, shit, why am I the first one after this guy? Damn it. There's a minute left. There's 30 seconds. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. Oh man, that was wild. All right. Well, that was one sovereign citizen who said that his time was being wasted. So, anyway, that's another episode off the clock. I love talking about sovereign citizens. If you know a sovereign citizen and they'd be willing to be interviewed by a lawyer, I would love to talk with them. So, I hope you have a good rest of your day and take care. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right.